Look, I don't think it's going to last very long. Technically,
That's what
it's
she said. Hey everyone, and welcome back to yet another video podcast of Menace and the Monk. And the topic of discussion today, ironically wearing blue, Rafa Benitez has joined Everton. And this is something 15 odd years back, would have never thought it would happen, but it has happened. Nidhi, what are your initial thoughts?
my initial thought was that and this video we've literally decided what 10 minutes back. Let, let's
Yeah,
let's let's talk about it. It's unplanned, right? And
yeah.
and that is what my feeling is as a fan is about this particular appointment. It never would have crossed my mind, even till last year, that Rafa Benitez will ever be an Everton manager. Uh, at this point, look, I have too many, good memories with Rafa Benitez, as I'm sure most Liverpool fans have. For me to have a bad opinion of him, but it's just, it'll just look very weird to see Rafa manage Everton. तेरे को कैसा लगा था when you first? Of course, we knew it for some days, but now it is gone official.
Ajib to lagega, but when he was managing Chelsea for the short time, Nidhi, that was very weird.
Yeah,
But then when he managed Newcastle, I was at ease with everything.
yeah,
And now it has reached to a point, unfortunately, fortunately, whatever you want to say, that I think Liverpool fans are okay with it. And it's funny that all the hate is coming from Everton supporters. Like I would have thought that there will be more pissed off Liverpool supporters, but
yeah,
I have not yet encountered many who are very angry that Rafa has decided to go there. But every Evertonian that, I mean, we don't have many Evertonians here in India,
yeah.
fortunately. But we, whatever we've encountered on Twitter is just hate towards the man, yaar. Matlab, I am really scared for him. The banners that are out there, we know where you live and what that. So I think we have progressed so much as a club that it doesn't hurt that bad. We have Klopp. We are in good situation. So, but it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. I mean, what you said about us having Klopp, I think that is the main reason why it wouldn't affect you so much as a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
Because Rafa won things, and now Klopp has won more than what Rafa did, and that's why it doesn't hurt so much. I think that the hate that you talk about from that build up is there, where anything to do with Liverpool uh, just upsets them. I mean, if you remember, there was the famous incident where
Open.
Ronald
How
Koeman,
Christmas tree.
yeah, he had put red Christmas tree decorations, and they made, they were upset about it. So there's a lot of bitterness amongst, Everton fans, and we, of course, we wouldn't have that much context because you and I, we aren't scouts. Of
Yeah.
course, we've gone there, we've spoken to them, but we don't have that kind of context. But the reality is that they don't want anything to do with Liverpool. And
But that's, I mean, but Nidhi, like you mentioned about, we've been there and we have, and every Evertonian that I have met is because of a few Liverpool supporters that we know over there. But every Evertonian that I've met, just the best people ever. Okay, just like the red side as well. So obviously there are bad apples at both the sides, and
yeah,
we are seeing this happen right now. But I am kind of scared for Rafa's well-being initially. Like I don't know. I mean, the reception. See, at Anfield, I think he will still get a decent reception
yeah,
when he comes with Everton. I can't imagine what's going to happen at Goodison Park, like his first game. And imagine, Nidhi, if he loses a few games starting.
So you know what? I've always said this, and we mentioned this briefly in another video of ours. Look, I don't think it's going to last very long.
That's
Technically,
what she said. We
I
now
knew
have the
it.
opener. We now
I,
have the opener of the video.
I knew it the moment it left my mouth. I knew you would say this
That's
thing.
what she said again.
No, but
Yeah.
look here, see, first sign of trouble, and they will be baying for his blood. First sign, and look, Everton is not a smooth sailing club. There will be ups and downs. I just don't see the Everton fans, being with Rafa during the tough times. And like you mentioned, like Everton fans, and even when I went there and I spoke to a few of them, of course, it's the same city, so culturally they won't. There can't be much of a difference, but that's the thing about football, right? Your best friend could be, and he is like, well, some of our very close friends are support a different club, and we get along with them so well. But when it comes to football, we can't see eye to eye.
That's so
And
true.
and that's I wouldn't say unfortunate, but that's one of the things that football does. Where and Everton Liverpool rivalry, I mean, come on, it divides families, right? I mean, on match day, you are either an Evertonian or you are a Liverpool fan. So,
Yeah.
but honestly, yeah, I don't see this lasting very long. Honestly, I technically brilliant appointment. I'm sure he'll improve them, but I don't see this panning out
Yeah,
well.
because Everton have been spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
They've had in the recent years as well. But there's something wrong over there. Like Ronald Koeman is a decent manager. Ancelotti was world class. Uh, didn't nothing happened. I mean, Rafa, if he gets 100 million, 150 million to spend in the summer, he
Hmm.
can buy. They do spend, so, and they have a decent squad already. It'll be interesting to see what happens this season. But Nidhi, it's very tough to say this because I think I have my first Liverpool memory is under Gerard Houllier,
Yeah.
and then when I was 14, Rafa was appointed and became a Liverpool fan like mad. What's your favorite Rafa Benitez memory at Liverpool?
I mean, it's got to be it's got to be that, man. It's got to be when he won us the Champions League. It's hard to sort of top that. But
Yeah.
what is it for you? And you can't say Istanbul, no.
I mean, Rafa was the first manager under which I have seen a title run,
Hmm.
like push for the
Right,
title.
right, right, right.
So I think the 2009 campaign was special,
Yeah.
where beach ball incident happened, and then wo fact wala rant bhi hua tha. If you remember, Rafa went on a fact wala rant. Those are certain memories I have of Rafa. FA Cup, the next best thing was winning the FA Cup the next season. But one thing which I cannot forget, Rafa is very eccentric. Okay, like we love Rafa. I don't know how the love will change now, whether it will change, but I still can't get over वो जाबी को बेचना चाहता था और Gareth Barry को sign करना चाहता था. मतलब how? It's like saying that in the current scenario देखो मैं टोनी क्रूज है तो टोनी क्रूज बेच रहा है और तू चार्ली एडम को नॉट अ कंपैरिजन बट तू समझ रहा है ना लाइक
समझ गया,
जाबी अलोंसो को who wants to sell? Jabi wanted to stay.
समझ गया. It's like a Chelsea manager trying to sell Kante and trying to sign Granit Xhaka. I know Granit Xhaka
Yeah.
has done well in the last.
Jay Spearing, like
Yeah,
or something like
yeah, yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think has been the one of the not so pleasant memories with Rafa that has stuck with every Liverpool fan, because in a way that also, if you remember, when Javi Alonso left, and then we finished seventh, and then Rafa was sacked and Roy Hodgson was brought in, and that whole downward spiral.
Yeah.
The first domino to fall in many ways was the Xabi Alonso transfer. And Xabi Alonso played the best season of his life at Liverpool. Uh, I think looking for a move away. And once Real Madrid came knocking it, Spanish player Real Madrid has come.
Uh,
You finish seventh. I mean, you're not going to retain him, right?
yeah, yeah.
And after that, Mascherano left, and things happened. So I think I totally agree with you. That was weird. I mean, from Rafa, but
But
that's what.
Rafa was building a team, and very unfortunate that he was at the club when we had Gillette and Hicks. He wanted to sign the likes of David Villa, Silva, Dani Alves. तभी पैसा ही नहीं था. Like we were going through administration and all those things, like, and the Spanish connection. We had Javi, we had Fernando Torres, Albert Riera, Arbeloa, Pepe Reina. We had a Spanish revolution happening, and we were close to signing those players. So Rafa, I will always remember watching Spain in that era
Yeah.
where they won everything. And then Rafa was our link to that Spanish team and the players. So great memories with Rafa. He captured our imagination, but what a fall from grace, Everton.
Yeah. I wanted
I
to ask
mean,
you one. I wanted to ask you this one thing. Just tell me, do you think Rafa Benitez is even the same manager anymore?
I don't know what he's done in China. Let's be honest. Like China, mein to no one gives a would. Matlab, no one knows. Like,
Nobody.
because for all you know, they might not even be playing football just randomly. They're like, I don't know. Like, it's a social experiment happening over there. You don't know. But
There are like
uh,
60,000 people in the stadium, and everybody has to agree that we watched a football game, but हुआ नहीं है उधर. China है, कुछ भी हो सकता है.
but yeah, so we'd see he did okay with Newcastle. I really respected Rafa for managing in the championship and then getting them back.
Yeah, yeah.
And Newcastle fans like really adored him. Mike Ashley ke saath lafda hua. So I mean, see, with Rafa, there is always something there. There's always something in the tank which is different. And if he gets the money, which he will at Everton, I'm sure that's why he's joined. He can win stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe not with Everton. I hope not with Everton. I don't want that to happen. But give him 200 million with this squad.
200, okay.
I'm just giving an example. 100 did it. Tell him that 3 players you can sign.
हमको दे दो यार 100.
All you know, for all you know, he might sign a Chinese Gareth Barry or something. So his first signing is a fucking Chinese player, Nidhi. I won't be surprised if Rafa does that. And Everton players, and Nidhi, Everton players are wishing China a happy Chinese New Year, all these things.
I'm just imagining the fume from the Everton supporters. I'll tell you one thing about Rafa though, Manas, and this has been my observation or whatever your opinion or whatever you might call it. Rafa Benitez, brilliant manager, very good with his tactics, can get a club to a certain level, but he cannot work with stars. That happened with Liverpool. A lot of fans on social media, especially Chelsea fans, etc., have this misconception that Steven Gerrard wanted to go to Chelsea because he wanted to win stuff. They forget that it was Rafa Benitez who was not ready to give him a contract after 2005, right? So it's not like it's all roses and strawberries with Rafa Benitez. Rafa Benitez is a very curt man. His man management styles, I think, belongs to a different era. So he couldn't handle Gerrard. He went to Real Madrid, absolute flop show. He went to Inter Milan when they were at the peak of their success, absolute flop show. He just cannot get along with players with a certain firepower, and which is why I'm saying that technically Everton is a good place for him. Um, but he wouldn't succeed. You know, of he wouldn't succeed because of the fans being behind him. That whole Gerrard thing, it's so misrepresented. He wouldn't give him a contract, and then Mourinho wanted him, and it became a thing about Gerrard is a glory hunter. No, anybody had, if you are working at a company and you did something unprecedented, which has never happened in the history of the company, and you said, what appraisal are you talking about? You would feel hurt. So,
Yep.
and Rafa Benitez was the man behind it. Gerard has written about it in his book. So, you know, I don't know.
But Everton doesn't have those characters, no?
Which is why I said, it might be a good thing.
The biggest character that he might have to handle at Everton is Duncan Ferguson.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, and he's not even a player. So,
And he
matlab,
has managerial ambitions.
yeah, yeah. So, like, if Everton get rid of Duncan Ferguson because of Rafa, fans will like lose it. And then to walk with Duncan Ferguson will also be a test of Rafa's credentials in a way. So interesting appointment, but we don't care too much about Everton. But I mean, let's not uh, analyze them. We are no one to analyze Everton Football Club. Their supporters know better.
Exactly.
But Nidhi, to sum it up, how does it feel?
Weird. It just feel when I saw that picture of Rafa Benitez holding up the Everton scarf, it was so weird, man. I mean, I got Owen flashbacks, like when I saw Owen in a Man United jersey. The first thought that came to my mind was, yeah, ये तो Owen वाली हरकत है. But look, I understand. Again, I have absolutely no ill feelings towards Rafa. I mean, look, it's been a lot of years since he was Liverpool manager. He has to move on. We've already seen him manage Chelsea. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine. I mean, I wish him good luck, but I don't see this stint being very successful. Personal opinion.
Hmm. Yeah.
तू क्या बोलता है?
Yeah. It's like your ex, is now with with a friend that you are really close to, but now you haven't spoken to that friend for a long time, you haven't spoken to that ex for a long time. So the first few times that when you will see them together, you will feel weird. It is bound to happen, but then after a few drinks and after a few days later, you will be fine, you'll get over it. I think then you look at your own partner. In our case, it will be Jürgen Klopp, and you'll be like, listen, we are better off. you know So yeah, like you were saying, we are in a good space. Good luck to Rafa. I can understand why he has taken up the job, because he needs it for his own
and
career
he
as well. And
and he wanted to stay in Liverpool. His family still lives there. He loves the city. Let's be honest.
I mean, let's not forget. I mean, we are not forget. I mean, we're not mentioning the fact that he loves the city. What he's done for the '96 campaign,
After
remarkable.
after not being Liverpool manager, he still
Yeah,
contributed so much.
contribute like um, he loves the city. He loves the people. Uh, we know that as Liverpool supporters, and Everton supporters also know that, because the city of Liverpool is very together when it comes to food banks, when it comes to the '96 campaign, when it comes to the labor class, when it comes to their lifestyle. Like you mentioned, the culturally they are the same. I mean,
Yeah,
very similar. They are the same. So uh, Rafa knows that. I'm happy that he's going to be back home in the city where he calls home. So yeah, man, good luck to Rafa. And but not when he manages
exactly.
Everton against us. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, good luck to Rafa, and that's our video. That's us talking about the appointment of Rafael Benitez, our beloved um, Liverpool manager, who's just
Yeah.
become the Everton manager. Let us know in the comment section, what do you think about this appointment. Um, and thank you for watching Menace in the Monk. We'll be coming up with much more content your way. And goodbye, I guess. Thank you. Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.